Pantheon is a building located in ancient Rome that was built around 31 BC, used as a temple for the gods created by Marcus Agrippa. What sticks out about the Pantheon is the dome on the back. This was created in about 202 CE by Emperor Hadrian. The Pantheon has been destroyed and rebuilt many times. The Pantheon was one of the first dome structures in the world and also one of the biggest ever built in Rome. It has inspired many buildings in Rome and throughout the world. Like mentioned before, the Pantheon has been pillaged by many conquerors throughout the years. The Pantheon has been used as a temple to worship the gods and a church for Christianity. Now, the Pantheon is a popular tourist attraction and is used for local events by the Romans. There have been tributes to the Pantheon that have been built in Paris, London, and Moscow, since it was so revolutionary and innovative. But what's so special about this building over other ones? There are other domes in the world. The special thing that sticks the Pantheon out of the others is that this is one of the first domes ever created and has influenced every single other dome-structured building. The advantages of a dome-shaped building is that it evenly distributes the weight throughout the entire structure. It acts as sort of a spherical arch. This is one of the most efficient ways to create a building. Nearing the bottom of the dome, there are arches and pillars placed to support the entire weight of the dome. The square indentations on the dome are not only decorative, but they help reduce the weight of the dome. This lets the dome support itself. The Pantheon is a pretty large structure. The diameter of the dome itself is 142 feet across. The pillars in front of the structure are each 39 feet tall. Another great feature of the Pantheon is the oculus. The oculus is the hole at the top of the structure that provides natural light for the entire building. It also takes off some of the weight of the dome so it doesn't collapse on itself. The oculus is 24 feet in diameter and 5 feet thick. But what about when it rains? When it rains, rain comes through the oculus and then falls to the ground. But the ground is at the slightest angle that lets water fall into the drains at the side. A great thing about domes is that they evenly spread the tension across the structure because of their spherical shape. Domes become stronger as they grow taller, while rectangular objects grow weaker as they grow taller, making us wonder why all our buildings aren't domes. Probably because it's a difficult and more expensive process. The Romans were a very innovative people. One of the things they did was create concrete, which the Pantheon was made out of. Concrete is very reliable stone. Concrete is a very reliable mixture of stones that is great for making buildings. Concrete lasts a very long time, as we can see today. When we interviewed people, they all tended to be fascinated on how big the dome looked from the inside. They were also fascinated by the square indentations and the art on the walls. But the thing they usually liked most was the natural light. They wished that they had more natural light in places that they were from and the buildings that they lived in. The Pantheon was one of the most crowded places that we visited in Rome. There had to have been close to 1,000 people in and around the building. Google Images can never capture the feeling that you get when you first walk into the Pantheon. It's amazing. It is so big. The Pantheon is and always will be one of the greatest and most celebrated structures known to man. It is one of the most imitated, and that says a lot about how innovative and revolutionary it was. You never realize how significant or magnificent something is until you actually see it. So I suggest that anybody watching this needs to go to Rome to experience the Pantheon firsthand.